To New Zealand, and they're the smallest penguin species in the entire world. Now there's 17 different species, and the largest is the emperor penguin, and these guys are the very smallest. So the penguins that you do see here today, they are fully grown, so they're not going to get any bigger. So here at Penguin Cove, we have 14 little penguins. And now these guys were rescued from the wild. They've come in with injuries, illnesses, and some have been abandoned. However, we do have 2 penguins that were actually hatched here at the aquarium as some of the offspring of our injured penguins. Now we do rehabilitate penguins and release them back out into the wild as well. But just for these guys, they have a pretty low chance of survival in the wild, so they stay here where we can look after them. So these guys, this one in the water here is Timmy. He's got a spinal injury and he's not very good at walking. We've got one with only one eye, we've got one with only one flipper, we've got one with a head injury, so they're all very different from one another.
To go in front, I can't
so
see.
it looks like quite a few of them are pretty hungry and have headed over for lunch. Now over there you'll be able to see little Marina. Now Marina is the one that's standing closest to the waterline there, and Marina came in as a little penguin that was attacked by a predator. Now predatory attacks are very common here, and mostly when you think of a predator for little penguins, it's generally sharks and seals, but quite often it is cats and dogs. Now we've got to do our best to make sure that cats and dogs aren't attacking little penguins. So by helping the little penguins, we can do things like making sure our dogs are on a lead when you're at the beach, and if you've got a cat, keeping them indoors at night is a great idea, and making sure that they're well fed, that way they won't go out and go hunt for their own food. And now the one that's just having a feed right now with her flippers right out like an aeroplane is Draco. Now Draco, she actually got hit by a car. Now this is actually quite common, little penguins being hit by cars, as they do seem to cross roads. Now little penguins can walk as far as 1.5 kilometres inland to burrow and to nest. So often this does mean crossing a road. So it's usually around dusk and dawn is when they'll do the most road crossings. And this is the time when you want to look out for them most. So here in Napier we do have little penguins, but there's some areas in New Zealand that there's even more, so they're a bit more dense in areas like Oamaru and Wellington. In these areas you often see signs on the road that says watch out for penguins, this is a penguin crossing. Here we go, little Marina looks like she might come over and say hi to me. Now you can see Marina's got an extra little bit of a waddle, she's pretty slow. Now Marina here is actually a bit of an old girl, and she does have a bit of arthritis. So on top of her food and her vitamin that she gets each day, she gets a special supplements to help with her arthritis, to help with her joint mobility and things like that. She's a pretty friendly little penguin. So on our back wall, on the back of the room there, you actually have to see pictures of all our little penguins, the reason why they're here, and their names as well. Right now you can see Timmy getting his food in the water. Now Timmy, he was hit by a boat and has that spinal injury, so even though he looks like an awesome swimmer, he's actually very wobbly at walking and definitely takes his time to where he needs to go. Now we do what's called Penguin of the Month. So on the wall there you can see a good penguin and a naughty penguin of the month. So at the moment you'll be able to see Dora's name there as Good Penguin of the Month. Now this is Dora right up the front here. Now Dora came in as an abandoned penguin. She was only about 4 days old. And she was abandoned because there was a bit of construction going around where her burrow was, and that would have scared her parents away. So this can happen if the parents are scared away. Maybe it's because of a predator or a person or loud noises happening around it. But they're too afraid to come back, and therefore the penguin chicks can't look after themselves. So Dora's grown up with people and she's very used to us. So she's usually up the front, getting as much attention as she can from all you guys as well. So she really loves the attention. So she's Good Penguin of the Month for sharing the love, and that's what it says up there. And that's because, especially now where it's nesting season, where all the other little penguins are making all the cute noises to one another, just making those noises and chirping noises towards us, and it's pretty cute. So she's a very sweet girl, so make sure you do say hi to Dora right up the front now. And our naughty penguin is Kaiwa. And Kaiwa is actually our newest penguin, so Kaiwa can be a little bit naughty sometimes and stay in his burrow. And now his boyfriend Dave thinks he'll just do whatever Kaiwa's doing, and often Dave will just follow Kaiwa, so he'll often stay in the burrow as well. So Kaiwa's been a bit of a bad influence on Dave. And the penguin up there is up there also, and that goes to Dora as well. So she's a pretty popular penguin at the moment. Well, it looks like there's still a few more penguins coming out, making sure that they're getting something to eat. Cool. But after this, our divers will be in the water at 2 p.m. So if you would like to watch them hop in the water and feed some fish, it'll be happening inside the tunnel at 2 p.m. Thank you all for coming along. I hope you enjoyed watching the little penguins have their lunch today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at the National Aquarium of New Zealand.